Hi everyone, my name is Arjun Thomas. So, in this video, I am going to explain about a fascinating and an interesting topic, that is BCI technology. So, BCI stands for Brain Computer Interface. So, let's get started. So, what is exactly BCI? So, BCI is a technology. In this technology, we can using this technology we can directly communicate with external devices using brain. So the brain is directly communicating with the external devices. So how can be this possible? So we are using some special type of electrodes or sensors that is implanted in our brain and detecting the signals and converting it into some sort of output and giving it to external devices. So this is the working principle behind BCI, and we can go deep into this. So there are two types of BCIs: invasive BCI and non-invasive BCI, and there is also another type BCI that is known as partially invasive BCI. So first we can learn about what is invasive BCI. So the BCIs which are implanted inside our brain is known as invasive BCI. What are the risk and factors, and also what are the advantages of using invasive BCI? First of all, the advantage of using invasive BCI is that we can get the accurate brain signals, the precise brain signals from these type of devices. So this is mainly used in healthcare sectors. So where there the precision and accuracy of the brain waves and the input is very important. So in that type of fields we use invasive BCI, and non-invasive BCI is used where we don't want that type of accuracy and precision output from that brain, like gaming, entertainment, like that fields. So there is also a partially invasive BCI that is currently developed. So it is actually inside our skull but not inside brain. So it is using the brain tissues, sensing the brain tissues and taking the signals. So in this type of hybrid device BCI, we can actually avoid the risk of surgery failure, and also we can get precise signals, brain signals from this type of BCIs. So these are the types of BCI. Now we can go deep into what are the components of a BCI, or what are the processes behind a BCI technology. So there are 5 processes in a BCI technology. The first process is known as signal acquisition. Second process is known as signal processing. Third is known as feature extraction. Fourth is known as translation. And fifth is known as application interface. So first one, signal acquisition. In this phase or in this process, we use the senses to detect the brain signals. So this process is known as signal acquisition. The next process is known as signal processing. So our brain emits so many waves and so many signals. So there are lot of noise in these signals. So what we the detected signal is, from the detected signals we want to avoid and remove the noise and only take the signals that we want. So this process is known as signal processing. This is done using various type of algorithms and all. So the third process is feature extraction. So in this process what we are doing is we are finding patterns in this type of signals. So there are so many patterns we can recognize from these type of brain signals using modern algorithms and machine learning. So using, by the help of using machine learning, artificial intelligence and all, we are extracting the patterns or finding out the patterns in this type of brain signals. So this is known as what, feature extraction. And the fourth process is translation. The extracted pattern is then converted into some sort of output or digital data. So this is done using translation or encoding algorithms and translating algorithms. So this process is known as translation. The last process is application interface. So the data or the output we are generated is given to some sort of interfaces, so that can control the external devices. So this is known as application interface. So I think you understand what are the processes behind this BCA technology. So now we can discuss the applications of BCA. So BCA has so many applications. One of the application is in the healthcare sector. So if we are using an BCI device, we can constantly monitor our brain waves and all. So if we so that we can predict any diseases related to brain easily. So it is because the chip is constantly analyzing the brain waves. So if there is some sort of variation in the brain waves, it can generate the reports like from that, and it will give us the prediction of some sort of disease. If there is some sort of disease that is coming to us, that can be predicted very easily. Disease prediction is one of the most applicable application of this BCA technology. So another application in this healthcare sector is that imagine that one don't have any limb like hand, so we can use an robotic hands transplanted to him. So using these brain waves, he can control that robotic arm. So we can reduce the impact of these type of disabilities. Also, some have speaking disabilities and all. So these speaking disabilities can be minimized using these BCI interfaces and all. So these are one of the application. And another application in the field of automation. So using self-driving, we are using our hands to self-drive. So we can use these brain waves to drive the cars. So using direct communication from our brain to the car. So this is another application. There is also application in entertainment fields like games. So the game should be more interactive when we use brain waves. So one of the example is, even in a game there is a player, and if the player dies, that same feeling of pain can be regenerated and stimulated to the brain. So the real player also get the feeling of pain. So this is another immersive experience in the entertainment fields also. So these are the applications of BCA, and we can discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of BCA. So advantages of BCA are the applications I just listed out, and we can predict so many diseases, and so many applications are there generated from this, like VR and AR experience. So these are the advantages. Coming to the disadvantages, one is the surgery failure. If you are using invasive type of BCA devices, the surgery failure rate is very high now, and people are very concerned about this type of technology. This is one disadvantage. Next disadvantage is that the privacy issue. So when we monitor the brainwaves, we get all the information about our thoughts, what we think and all, and what information is in our brain. So it is a privacy concern. What if when someone hack the system and take our privacy data from it? So there is a privacy concern to this, and also the concise issue. Concise issue is that the consent of the patient should be given to transplant or implant the chips in their brain. So it is required to agree to the consent of the patient while implanting the BCA. So these are the advantages and disadvantages and future scope. So coming to the future scope, BCA technology has so many future growth to this BCA technology. So that's the this I think this technology is booming in the upcoming years, and it has great impact. The companies like Neuralink and all are giving that their potential to make this BCA technology more impactful and useful for the society, and they are gaining the hope of the people and faith of the people in this type of technologies. So that's all about BCI and its applications. So I hope this video is helpful and informative for you. If you have any feedback about this video, you can comment below. So we can see later in another video. Bye.